Well, you guys, night one in the RV was a fail. All right, you guys, we are in it. Tonight is night one inside the RV. Officially, our bedroom furniture is now in a pod down in Denver, and we have moved in for the night here into the RV. So let me give you a quick little tour. All right, so we moved in over here with this stuff. Here, our bed is finally in, all our bedding, and believe it or not, our clothes are all in here, right? Both closets, and we're kind of gonna sleep in here for the first night. So what we decided to do, moved in some of our bathroom things and stuff like that, and what we decided to do is bring the dogs for the first night. So they will be sleeping with us tonight here in the RV, and the cats have the run of the house still. I am so tired. I can't even believe that I'm vlogging this morning. I feel like a hot mess, but I realize as I look at the camera that I don't look nearly as shitty as I feel, which is annoying. So yeah, night one, dogs were really anxious. They're kennel trained, so they usually sleep in a kennel every night, each of them. And our youngest, Gus and Fiona, our most anxious guys, the least amount of exposure out to the world, really just could not settle. Right? And here's the other thing that was going on, right? It was me and Antonio in there, and I work really hard at just trying to ride with the flow and all of that stuff, but I'm also an empath. And as an empath, I am like a magnet for other people's energy, and I'm also like a sponge for it if I'm not careful. So, and it's especially difficult for me to have boundaries about energy and emotions with people that I love or animals that I love. So it was a really vicious cycle last night. Antonio's anxiety was like, woo, all the way up here. He doesn't like sleeping in new places. He doesn't like not having, being used to things and all of that stuff and not having a routine, much like me and having my routine displaced. I guess I just mentally prepared for it a little bit better. And I was also just so tired. I just want to go to sleep. Oops, I moved the camera. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it was like this. So Antonio's anxiety was like this. And the dogs, of course, feed off of our energy, right? And so they were already a little bit anxious, but then Antonio's anxiety was really high. So their anxiety was really high. And when the dogs get really anxious and unsettled, as a cat person, it gets me really irritated. It's a really big struggle for me, and it's why Walter's my dog, and he's my ESA, because he went into the RV, found a spot on the sofa, curled himself into a little fucking ball, and didn't give a rat's ass where we were sleeping. I gave the dogs CBD, they were ready to settle down, I brought them all their toys, blah, 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 and, but Antonio couldn't really settle, and we were all just a mess of anxiety last night, and eventually we just gave in. And went back into the house, and because our bed is now gone and in storage, we crashed on the couch, which for two people whose bodies have been abused, it was not fun. And this morning, forget it, we both just had like lots of little naps throughout the night, somewhere starting at like 11:30, which is really late for us, because the dogs get us up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And it was just, couch napping, and I'm tired. So in any way, this is what totally spoonless looks like for me. I'm like, maybe I have a half a spoon right now, because which is half a spoon more than I had when I woke up, because I just ate something and I had some coffee, and I feel like my eyes are slightly less swollen shut, but not really, and I really feel dissociated and far away from myself, and I'm feeling really depressed. And I hope we can do this. And I know that they take time to adjust and all of those things, but I hope we can pull this off. That's how I'm feeling. Yeah. All right, well, I am back, you guys. I guess back. I don't know what else to say. But I've just had a shower after making those little videos about being spoonless and tired and all of those things, but I'm feeling slightly more together. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about like recovery from this kind of stuff and the choices that I make when this stuff happens to me. I decided, okay, clearly I need to shower, which usually for me, hey Fiona, usually for me is a really exhausting chore, something I only do every other day and not something I usually look forward to. But on days like today, when I've had no sleep, that is the way out. And so I took that shower and I purposefully did sensory deprivation in there. So no lights, no music, no nothing except for me in the shower in the water. And that was really helpful for me in terms of clearing my head through some of the emotions of not sleeping and having such a rough night with everybody. And so it was a good choice to do that because I had some really clear thoughts while I was in there and some ideas for ways that Antonio and I might be able to recover, and some ways we can adjust our plans. So part one of the recovery plan was the sensory deprivation shower, getting myself sort of situated in my head about things so that I could hear my logical brain. Part two is that some of the things we had planned in terms of next phases of the move that were supposed to happen today are just not going to happen, right? When we're this exhausted, this is when Antonio and I begin to incur injury. So this time we're trying to be better and recognizing that we're super tired. And one of the things that I always talk about doing is getting back to basics and then also making sure that you're taking care of your basic needs. Oh, the sun is just getting super strong right now. Moved back a little so that I can think and see. So yeah, phase two of this is that we don't have any food in the house, right? Like we didn't get to go food shopping this week. We don't have anything to make ourselves proper meals. We're out of eggs. We're out of all of my safe foods, and things like that, and easy to make things like a frozen meal if we need to, right? Because that's better than not eating at all. And so we decided what we'll do is this morning, our first phase was shower, right? And then let's go to the grocery store. And so that's what I'm doing. And that's what recovery looks like. That's where resilience gets built, right? Non-resilient people just stay tired, right? They give in to the fact that they didn't have a great night's sleep and that plans might have to change and all of that, and let fear and anxiety of those things take over. But those of us who know that the fear and the anxiety is momentary, right? We walk through it a little bit and recoup, right? And regather ourselves and reorganize and all of that stuff. And we get back up again because we know that the getting back up is inevitable. And to get up well, we need to get up in a timely fashion. And we also need to get up with our basics intact. So while it seems backwards for me to be showering and heading to the grocery store, right, which are two activities that on a regular basis out of my normal routine are spoon stealers, but in this case they're spoon replenishers, and I hope you guys can see that, or spoon reorganizers, spoon redispersers, I guess, and I hope that you guys can see that and can understand. So of course I will check in with you guys as we go through the process, but this felt like an important lesson in how to get up well, right? Good morning, you guys. Behind me, you can see our temporary situation. So we took our cheapo guest bed frame that we were gonna give away or sell here, saved our old mattress, and temporarily made our room a room for the night. So here I am in the bedroom with a night's sleep. I feel amazing right now because I finally got to sleep some. So we've had to change our plans a little and slow down how quickly we're gonna do things. You know, today I'm just feeling grateful for sleep. Could probably use a nap today. Probably not gonna happen. We are headed downtown today into Denver for a second round of dropping off stuff at the pods. This time I'm going. I have a bunch of stuff that is for donation, and we will be taking that today to someplace to donate, which I hope will be the Ark. The Ark is really active here in Colorado, and it is, as far as I'm concerned, far better than the Autism Societies, there's two chapters here in Colorado, and I think better than them actually is the Ark here in Colorado. It just performs better. So I'll take you on my adventures today as I drive downtown following Antonio in the U-Haul. I will show you what the pods look like, and then I'll do like a crazy quick house tour and show you what the house is looking like empty, because it is weird. Here it is, you guys. Load 2. Just like that, Load 2 in the U-Haul is filled up. Antonio did an amazing job again. And the plan is to close everything up, and then I'm gonna take the Element, and that has all our giveaway stuff in it, and then Antonio's gonna drive the U-Haul. We're gonna go down and empty out the U-Haul and load the pod. Then we're gonna go to the Ark and donate the stuff from the back of the Element, which is right there. And then we're gonna drive back up here. All right, I made it downtown. I'm under here, I swear. It's super duper fucking hot down here, and I hate the hot and I hate the sun, but here we are. We are at the U-Pack place with our U-Haul, filling up our pods. So right now we have 2 pods this size, and I'll show you kind of what's left. Antonio and I have sort of done a whole bunch of unpacking already and packing of the pods. He did some yesterday. We've already cleared the truck pretty much. Go us. And this is pod 1, the stuff that's not yet in pods right here. And then that is pod 2. Is that, I mean, Autistics. Is it not beautiful? Is that not the maximum usage of space in a pod? Look at it. It's beautiful. Done, done, done. 2 pods full to the top. So we're gonna get out of here. Still got crap back there. See all that shit back there? That is for the Ark. All right, we did it. Look, empty back. It's totally empty. Yay. And a really nice autistic guy helped me at the Ark when we got dropped off to do our donations, and that always makes me feel good because yay, we're being employed. And that's very exciting for me, so that felt good too. Not just donating stuff for other people, but seeing one of my peeps. And we gotta work on a sign, all of us. We need like a little like hand sign that's all discreet or something, where we can be like, hey, me too, and that's it. All right, you guys, we have made it home after busting our butts down in Denver and getting rid of all of our stuff. As you can see behind me, Antonio is doing dinner for us. So tonight, that just means frozen meals. That's what we've got. That's what's available to us. And it means eating versus not eating. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm going with seafood, mac and cheese tonight because I'm tired and I'm out of spoons to process anything more complicated than that. We are recovering still from our night of failure. So last night we did sleep, and now we've decided to revert to some old training tactics with the dogs, meaning exposure, meaning time spent in the RV that's not at night, that's not when we're trying to sleep. So I've been working in here the last couple of days, and it's working. Look at everybody's happy, waggy tails. I don't know where everyone else is, I can't see. But I assume they're back there somewhere, and maybe Walter's on the bed. And there's Fiona. Oops. There's my Fiona. And look how happy Penny is. It's a Penny. He's so happy. Everybody's all comfy and relaxed except for the 2 younger ones, but they've had a lot less exposure, and so it'll take them a little bit more time. And Fiona is, by nature, and by her experience, an anxious pupaluppa. And so this is really nerve-wracking for her. And so what we've done for her is to up her anxiety meds a little bit, as we kind of really get into this transition of living in the RV, so she's more comfortable. With that, I say good night, and until next time. I'm so tired. I can't believe I'm vlogging this, first of all. But I am in meltdown, maybe post meltdown right now. And